Hey, can you see this video? You must be thinking, what kind of question is this? But you are able to see this video because in your eyes there is something called as rhodopsin. This rhodopsin splits into rhodon and opsin, and that's the reason why you are able to see. So please do like, share, and subscribe this channel so that more eyeballs are able to watch this video and they too get benefited out of this. So you must have guessed it that we are on part 6 of biomolecules and we are going to deal with proteins today. So proteins are long chain polymers of L-alpha amino acids. Now, what do you mean by long chain polymers of L-alpha amino acids? Like last time when we were doing polysaccharides, I told you that a garland is having many flowers, right? A garland is having many flowers. Similarly, the protein is having many amino acids connected with each other. So it's a long chain of amino acids. Now let us see what is the meaning of L. L alpha. What is meaning of L? L meaning levo. That means your amino group should be on the left hand side. What do you mean by alpha? So alpha is your amino group attached to the alpha carbon, the amino group attached to the alpha carbon. Now let us see what is the alpha carbon. Okay, so let me draw the general structure of amino acids. So this is the acidic group, right? This is the alpha carbon. Any carbon which is next to the carbonyl carbon, see, this is the carbonyl carbon. Any carbon which is next to the carbonyl carbon is called as the alpha carbon, right? So this is the alpha carbon, and to this alpha carbon we are attaching the NH2 group. NH2 group meaning amino group. Okay, we are attaching the amino group to this alpha carbon. So when an amino group is attached to the alpha carbon, it is called as alpha amino acid, right? You can very well see that in this structure we are having a variable part, right? Variable part, that is this R is going to be variable, right? This is going to be variable, and whatever is inside the box is going to be constant. Okay, this is going to be the constant part and this is going to be the variable part. And in this structure you can also see that there is an acidic group as well as a basic group. So COOH is the acidic group, NH2 is the basic group. You must have guessed it by now. It's an amphoteric compound. So what do you mean by amph? Like amphibians can live on land as well as in water. Similarly, amphoteric is both. See, amph meaning both. Like amphibians live on land as well as in water. Amphoteric is acidic as well as basic. It's having a basic group which can react with acids. It's having an acidic group which can react with bases. So what is this? This is the general structure of amino acid. Any amino acid will be having this square, okay, or this rectangle thing, which is what? Constant, and this variable part, which is what? R. So every amino acid, you can also write this amino acid in this format. If you have not understood yet, you can, some children get confused by that C double bond. So you can write it simply COOH. You can write your NH2 over here and your H group over here, your R group over here. So this becomes your constant, this becomes your variable, this is your acidic part, this is your basic part. Got it? So this is your general structure of amino acid. Okay, so now because proteins are made up of a long chain of amino acids, that means there are amino acid connected with one more amino acid connected with one more amino acid. In our previous session we have seen that carbohydrates, polysaccharides are connected by glycosidic bonds. Polysaccharides are connected by glycosidic bonds. Similarly, amino acids will be connected by peptide linkages or peptide bonds. So let us see how we can form a peptide bond. So I'll write down an amino acid over here, NH2CH. Let us keep it as general amino acid, that is R group. We'll keep it as, so COOH. I'll add in one more amino acid, NH2CHRCOOH. So what do we need to do for connecting these two amino acids? We'll remove water. Okay, so can I write this NH2 like this? Have a look at this. Can I write this NH2 like this? H and H. Of course I can write it like this. So this H and OH will combine to form H2O, right? H and OH will combine to form H2O. So when I remove H2O, what's going to happen is, what are we left with? Just check. NH2CHR नकल करने में अकल चाहिए, नहीं तो शक्ल बिगड़ जाती. Just copy paste from here. Will I write OH over here? No, OH is already gone in the form of water. So CO will directly be connected to NH now. CONH here, yes, here is the peptide bond that has been formed over here. Hello, see, this is the peptide bond which is formed. CONH is the peptide bond or the peptide linkage. Hence, the proteins are also called as polypeptide chains. Proteins are also called as what? Polypeptide chains, because proteins will not have two amino acids like this, like what we have done over here. It will not have two amino acids. It will be having thousands of amino acids together. So hence it is called as polypeptide chains. Now why polypeptide chains, sir? Poly means many. Peptide meaning these peptide bonds will be formed. Many peptide bonds will be formed. Hence it is called as what? Polypeptide chain. So proteins are having polypeptide chain. I hope that's clear. Amino acid is amphoteric. It is having both acid as well as basic part. One amino acid can connect with another amino acid with the help of peptide bond, and it will form what? A polypeptide chain. So the same CONH, when it enters a ring format, if it is entering a ring format, we will call that same CONH as a lactam. Okay, try to understand this. See, if it is entering a chain, it will be called as lactam. Now this particular structure is called as caprolactam. Okay, if your CONH is entered the ring format, it is lactam. If it is in the chain, if it is in proteins, it is peptide or polypeptide. If it is in the ring, it is caprolactam. If this same CONH bond is in nylons, you know that nylons are also having this CONH bond. You have it in the chapter polymers. So nylons will be called as polyamides, because in nylon, in normal chains, the CONH bond is called as the amide bond. CONH is called as amide when it is in normal chains like nylons. It is polyamide. When it is in the ring, we call it as lactam, that is caprolactam. When it is in proteins, that same CONH bond is called as peptide bond, and because there are many peptide bonds in the protein, we call it as polypeptide chain. Okay, so now let us quickly see, like, because proteins are having a long chain of amino acids, we are going to see the classification of amino acids. Okay, we are going to see the classification of amino acids, but before we dive in deep into classification of amino acids, okay, before we dive in deep into classification of amino acids, let us first see the different functions of protein. You know what? Not only I'd shown the eye to you, that the vision in the eyes is responsible because of a protein. But let me be very honest with you. There is not a single function in your body which can be carried out without the help of proteins. There is not a single function in your body which can be carried out without the help of proteins. I mean to say, each and every function. You must have eaten something that is digestion, that is getting digested right now in your body because of the help of enzymes, and all enzymes are proteins. All enzymes are proteins. There are many biochemical processes which are happening in our body, like formation of adrenaline, formation of dopamine. All that requires enzymes, and all enzymes are proteins. During the corona period or the COVID period, you must have heard about immunity. So immunity is also because of proteins, because of your antibodies, which are called as immunoglobulin. So globulin is again a protein. Oxygen is transporting in your body, it is because of hemoglobin. Again, globin is a protein over there. Then you are able to contract your body, or your hands, your feet. You are able to contract the muscles in them. Your heart is continuously contracting. Contraction is because of contractile proteins. So guys, proteins is one of the most important biomolecule, because वैसे तो सारे ही बायोमोलिक्यूल्स इंपॉर्टेंट है, बट प्रोटीन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज देर इज नॉट अ सिंगल फंक्शन in your body which can be carried out without the help of proteins. That help can be direct or indirect, but proteins are there in the picture. In fact, your entire structure of your body is because of protein. Your hair is because of keratin, that is also protein. So proteins are there everywhere in your body. They're carrying out every small and big function. They're helping directly or indirectly to carry out each and every function in your body. So now, after listening to the importance of proteins, it must have aroused the curiosity for you. What is protein made up of? It's made up of amino acids. So let us see the classification of amino acids. The first part is neutral amino acids. ठीक है, पहला क्या है? Neutral amino acids. तो neutral amino acids को याद कैसे रखेंगे? तो न्यूट्रल अमाइनो एसिड्स को याद ऐसे रखेंगे. I'll give you a mnemonic with the help of which we'll be able to remember neutral amino acids. Yes, Mumbai ka Don कौन है? You must have heard, there is a Marathi movie also on that, Dagadi Chad. Okay, so Gavli, Arun Gavli, Mumbai ka Don, Arun Gavli. So Gavli is a surname. So Gavli, on the name Gavli, we'll be able to formulate a series of mnemonics. Let us see which mnemonics are here. So here we are having glycine, G for glycine, neutral amino acid, G for glycine, A for alanine, V for valine, L for leucine, I for isoleucine. Okay, glycine, alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine, Gavli. Gavli will help you remember the amino acids. Which amino acids? Neutral amino acids. Now, why is a particular amino acid called as a neutral amino acid? Because see, you saw that they were both acidic and basic groups in an amino acid, isn't it? In an amino acid, we had both the acidic as well as basic group. So NH2 was the basic group, then the COOH was the acidic group. Okay, so don't you think that the acidic group will neutralize the basic group? And because these are having only one acid in one basic group, that's why they are turning out to be neutral. One acid and one basic group. Okay, one acid and one basic group, that's why it turns out to be neutral. So all these are neutral amino acids. Now here in glycine, I will replace the alkyl group with hydrogen. So when I replace the alkyl group with hydrogen, it becomes glycine. What does it become? Glycine. This is the glycine amino acid. Okay, this is the glycine amino acid and is the only non chiral or achiral amino acid. आप देख रहे हो कि chiral carbon भी मैंने आपको पहले समझाया कि in the first part 1 of biomolecules I explained what is chiral carbon. If you have not seen that, go back to the video, it's there in the playlist. You can go back and watch the part 1 of biomolecules where I've explained what is chiral. Okay, chiral carbon and achiral. So chiral is when all four groups are different, and here we are having achiral. Achiral meaning these two groups are same, these two hydrogens are same. Okay, these two hydrogens are what? Same. And because two hydrogens are same, it becomes what? Achiral or non-chiral. So glycine is the only one. Glycine is the only non-chiral amino acid. Then let us see what is alanine. Alanine will replace the R group by CH3. So the moment you attach a CH3, everything else is going to remain constant, guys. ठीक है, मैंने आपको स्टार्टिंग में ही बोल दिया कि ये जो बॉक्स ये रेक्टेंगल जो है वो क्या होने वाला है? कांस्टेंट. वो क्या रहेगा? कांस्टेंट रहेगा. सो दिस इज कांस्टेंट, दिस इज वेरिएबल. ये चेंज हो रहा है, ये चेंज नहीं होने वाला है. सो ये यहाँ पर अगर CH3 आ गया तो इट इज कॉल्ड एज व्हाट? एलानिन. और अगर यहाँ पर वैलिन लेके आना है, वैलिन करना है इसको. वैल मतलब क्या है? रोमन नंबर 5. रोमन नंबर 5 कैसे लिखते हैं? ऐसे. तो रोमन नंबर 5 से ही याद रखो. वैल, वैल मतलब 5 कार्बन वाला स्ट्रक्चर हमेशा याद रखना है. वैल मतलब 5 कार्बन वाला स्ट्रक्चर है. सो वैल में वी विल बी हैविंग दिस काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर, CH2 and then CH3 CH3. Okay, 1 2 3 4. नहीं, गलत हो गया, sorry. So this will be like CH2 and then we'll be having CH3 and CH3. Yeah. Okay, so this is the structure of valine. Check out the number of carbons. 1 1 2 3 4 5. ये वाला कार्बन भूल गए, गलती हो गई. सॉरी सॉरी सॉरी, वेरी सॉरी. ओके, यू जस्ट रिमूव दिस कार्बन एंड अब सही हो गया. देखो 1 2 3 4 5. सो दिस इज व्हाट? द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ वैलिन. ठीक है, दिस इज व्हाट? स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ वैलिन. और इसके पहले जो स्ट्रक्चर ड्रॉ किया था ना, वो एक्चुअली स्ट्रक्चर था ल्यूसिन का. तो यहाँ पे अगर CH2 डाल दूं मैं तो ये बन जाएगा ल्यूसिन. तो 5 कार्बन है तो वैलिन, 6 कार्बन है तो ल्यूसिन. और आइसोल्यूसिन कैसे करना है सर? आइसोल्यूसिन में कुछ नहीं करना. आइसोल्यूसिन में ये CH3 आपको हटाकर यहां पर लगा देना. आइसोमर बनाना है तो एक CH3 यहां पर आ जाएगा. सो दिस बिकम्स आइसोल्यूसिन. ठीक है, दोबारा बताओ, समझ में नहीं आया, गड़बड़ हो गई है, पे अटेंशन. स्टार्टिंग से बताते हैं, राइट? अगर यहां पे क्या है? हाइड्रोजन है तो ये क्या बन जाएगा? इट विल बिकम ग्लाइसिन. अगर यहां पे CH3 है तो क्या बनेगा? एलानिन. अगर यहां पर ऐसा है CH3, पहले सही ड्रॉ किया था हम लोग ने, 1 2 3 4 5, राइट? 5 कार्बन है. ठीक है, तो दिस विल बिकम वैलिन. और यहां पर अगर बीच में और एक कार्बन है तो मतलब पहले CH2 और फिर CH और CH3 CH3, अगर ऐसा है तो इट विल बिकम ल्यूसिन. और ल्यूसिन का ये मिथाइल ग्रुप यहां पे लगा दो तो इट विल बिकम व्हाट? आइसोल्यूसिन, हाइड्रोजन की वैलेंसी सिर्फ एडजस्ट कर देना, इट विल बिकम आइसोल्यूसिन. गॉट इट? सो दीज आर द स्ट्रक्चर्स ऑफ न्यूट्रल अमाइनो एसिड. किसके स्ट्रक्चर चाहिए? न्यूट्रल अमाइनो एसिड के स्ट्रक्चर से. अब न्यूट्रल अमाइनो एसिड के बाद में let us move on to basic amino acids, right? So why basic amino acids are called as basic? Because they are having one extra amino group, right? They are having one extra amino group. Basic amino acids are basic in nature because देखना ना यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा था, एक बेसिक ग्रुप था, एक एसिडिक ग्रुप था, दोनों एक दूसरे को क्या कर रहे थे, न्यूट्रलाइज कर रहे थे. बट बेसिक अमाइन एसिड में क्या होने वाला है, उनके जो आर ग्रुप में एक एक्स्ट्रा अमाइन एसिड रहेगा, और वो एक्स्ट्रा अमाइन एसिड क्या करेगा, इट विल कॉज द बेसिक प्रॉपर्टीज. लेट अस सी विच आर द एग्जांपल्स ऑफ बेसिक अमाइनो एसिड. देखिए लाइसिन, दूसरा है अर्जिनिन. These are the basic amino acids, right? These are what? The basic amino acids. अभी इनके स्ट्रक्चर भी देखेंगे. स्ट्रक्चर में क्या है, वी आर गोइंग टू हैव COOH. जो सबसे पहले क्या करोगे आप, जो जनरल स्ट्रक्चर है वो जनरल स्ट्रक्चर बना के रख देना. ये है आपका जनरल स्ट्रक्चर. व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज द जनरल स्ट्रक्चर. अभी यहाँ पे जो आर ग्रुप है, इस आर ग्रुप में यू विल हैव एन NH2 ग्रुप, और उसमें NH2 आने की वजह से इट इज गोइंग टू बिकम व्हाट? बेसिक अमाइनो एसिड. So the structure of lysine will be, now you know that we are having the R group as the variable group. So 4 carbons over here, CH2, 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 and we'll have NH2. So as I told you that we are having two amino groups. Earlier one amino and one acid group were neutralizing each other, but here we are having two amino groups, and due to which it is turning out to be a basic amino acid. So and what about the structure of arginine? Well, before we look into the structure of arginine, I would also like to tell you that if you're facing a lot of hair fall, right? जैसे कि यार मेरे बाल इतने झड़ रहे कि वो बाथरूम में देखकर मुझे रोना आ रहा है. अगर आपके हेयर लॉस बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है तो उसके वेरियस रीजन हो सकता है, बट एक हो सकता है अर्जिनिन की डेफिशिएंसी. इसके लिए अर्जिनिन बेस्ड शैम्पूज भी है. तो अर्जिनिन बेसिकली इंक्रीजेस योर डेंसिटी ऑफ योर हेयर एंड गिव्स यू न्यू हेयर ग्रोथ एज वेल. सो अर्जिनिन बेस्ड शैम्पू आप यूज कर सकते हैं. अगर वो भी फायदा नहीं कर रहा है तो जस्ट कंसल्ट योर डॉक्टर. दे कैन बी एन नंबर ऑफ रीजंस. कंसल्ट योर डॉक्टर दैट वेदर यू कैन टेक अ सप्लीमेंट ऑफ अर्जिनिन, L-arginine. Okay, so structure of arginine will be something like this. एंड हाँ, डोंट टेक इट ऑन योर ओन. हाँ, खुद की मर्जी से मत लेना. जब तक डॉक्टर की सलाह नहीं लेते हो तब तक मत लेना. ओके, नहीं तो बोलोगे सर आपने बोला था. राइट. सो अभी अर्जिनिन का स्ट्रक्चर देखो कैसा है. सो विल बी हैविंग N N and N, 3 NH2 over here. ओके, सो इसको ठीक कर देता हूं जरा. CH2 and here you are having N. तो इसकी वैलेंसी भी पूरी करनी चाहिए. अटैच NH over here, and yes, this is the structure of arginine. This becomes structure of arginine. Same 4 carbons के first carbon पे जो है that is amino, मतलब this is तो your constant part, this is your variable part में 4 carbons, फिर और एक कार्बन और उसको 3 नाइट्रोजन इस तरीके से अटैच, और एक NH2 यहाँ पे अटैच. You can see that there are many NH2 groups, so obviously it has to be a basic amino acid. Okay, so these are the basic amino acids. Now the third part which we are having is the acidic amino acids. So acidic amino acids will be having glutamic acid. Okay, examples will be glutamic acid and aspartic acid. Okay, glutamic acid and aspartic acid. So in glutamic acid we will be having something like this. Let me draw the constant part. Constant part में क्या आने वाला है? Constant part में we will be having NH2 CH COOH, और यहाँ पे क्या आएगा? यहाँ पे we will get one more COOH group. Okay, one more acidic group. So two acidic groups are there. So it will become what? Acidic amino acid. क्या बन जाएगा ये? Acidic amino acid. Okay, so after acidic amino acids we are also having some extra amino acids. मतलब ये 3 classification आपके बुक में दिए. इसके अलावा we are having OH containing amino acids. So OH containing amino acids है serine, serine and threonine. These are the OH containing, जिसके R ग्रुप में OH है, इसको हम लोग कहते हैं OH containing amino acid. Then है sulfur containing amino acid. तो sulfur containing amino acids है, they are methionine. देखो जरा स्पेलिंग, methionine, then cysteine and cysteine. cysteine and cysteine. So this is OH containing, then sulfur containing amino acid, then we'll be having phenyl containing amino acid or benzene ring containing amino acid. Phenyl containing, so phenyl containing will be tryptophan. Tryptophan is an example of phenyl containing amino acid. And फिनाइल एलानिन, एलानिन का स्ट्रक्चर हम लोग ने देख लिया है, वहां पे एक फिनाइल ग्रुप लगा दो बस बन जाएगा फिनाइल एलानिन. सो दिस इज अ फिनाइल कंटेनिंग अमाइनो एसिड. दीज आर एन एक्स्ट्रा क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ अमाइनो एसिड्स. तो अब क्या करना है, अब उसके बाद में क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ प्रोटीन्स देखना है. ओके, सो प्रोटीन्स कैन बी क्लासिफाइड इनटू, ओके, प्रोटीन्स कैन बी क्लासिफाइड इनटू, बताओ, proteins can be classified into fibrous proteins and globular proteins. Fibrous and globular. और एक तरीका है प्रोटीन्स को क्लासिफाई करने का, दैट इज प्राइमरी प्रोटीन, सेकेंडरी प्रोटीन, टर्शियरी प्रोटीन एंड क्वाटरनरी प्रोटीन. वो लंबा तरीका है ऑफ क्लासिफाइंग प्रोटीन्स, एंड दिस इज अबाउट फाइब्रस एंड ग्लोबुलर प्रोटीन्स. तो प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी वाला बाद में करते, पहले फाइब्रस और ग्लोबुलर करते हैं. तो व्हाट इज फाइब्रस प्रोटीन्स? फाइब्रस प्रोटीन्स आर, you can say, they lie side by side, they are thread like, hair like proteins. Okay, they lie side by side and they are fiber like. ओके, तो ऑब्वियसली इसकी टेंसाइल स्ट्रेंथ ज्यादा होगी, तो हम लोग इसमें लिखेंगे फाइब्रस प्रोटीन दे आर फाइबर लाइक, एंड ग्लोबुलर प्रोटीन दे आर लाइक अ ग्लोब. ग्लोब्यूल है पूरा, इट इज लाइक अ ग्लोब. देन यू कैन से दैट दीज आर इनसॉल्युबल इन वाटर. ये हमारा हेयर हो गया, हेयर इज केराटिन. केराटिन इज व्हाट? फाइबर लाइक. ओके, देन स्किन में भी केराटिन होता है. देन आप से फॉर एग्जांपल आप पुलअप्स कर रहे हो, पुलअप्स करते करते ऐसा हो जाता है कि आपके हाथ ऊपर रह गया, आप नीचे आ गए, ऐसा नहीं होता, बिकॉज आवर बोन्स आर हैविंग समथिंग कॉल्ड एज कोलाजन. लिगामेंट्स रहता है ना बोन्स में, बोन्स, वन बोन इज कनेक्टेड टू अनदर बोन विद द हेल्प ऑफ अ लिगामेंट. तो वो लिगामेंट क्या है? लिगामेंट इज नथिंग बट कोलाजन. कोलाजन इज अगेन अ फाइब्रस प्रोटीन. तो फाइब्रस प्रोटीन्स आर insoluble in water. Okay, insoluble in water. Or this globular proteins, they are soluble in water. और बताओ तो इसका एग्जाम्पल विल कम एज केराटिन और कोलाजिन, एंड इसका एग्जाम्पल आएगा अल्बुमिन, अल्बुमिन, ग्लोबुलिन, ये इसके एग्जाम्पल्स है. ठीक है, और अगर बताना चाहेंगे तो इनमें टेंसाइल स्ट्रेंथ ज्यादा होती है. देयर इज हाई टेंसाइल स्ट्रेंथ. ओके, हाई टेंसाइल स्ट्रेंथ किसमें? फाइब्रस प्रोटीन में. लेकिन ऑब्वियसली इसमें देखो स्ट्रेंथ का स्पेलिंग क्या हो गया, हाँ स्ट्रेंथ. ओके, एंड इसमें क्या होगा? लो टेंसाइल स्ट्रेंथ. Okay, low tensile strength, high tensile strength, low tensile strength. So this is the difference. This is a simple classification of fibrous protein and globular protein. अब जो प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी, टर्शियरी, क्वाटरनरी प्रोटीन है वो लंबा टॉपिक, बड़ा टॉपिक है, तो ये वीडियो कहीं ज्यादा लंबा ना हो जाए, इसके लिए हम लोग क्या कर लेते हैं, वो नेक्स्ट पार्ट में ले लेते हैं, पार्ट 7 में ले लेते हैं, क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ प्रोटीन्स, प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी, टर्शियरी एंड क्वाटरनरी. Okay, till then, goodbye and don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.